Hello, friends. This is Jeremy Osterberger with BIC Magazine. Today, I'm joined by Nathan Conrad, sales manager with USA DeBusk. Nathan, I really appreciate you offering us some time today.
Thanks, Jeremy. Glad to be here.
Hey, let's jump into it, Nathan. So, look, USA DeBusk is a big name in industry. A lot of folks know what you guys do. But listen, for some folks that may not be familiar with USA DeBusk, could you tell us briefly about your services?
Yeah, absolutely, Jeremy. Thanks for having me. DeBusk has been really lucky. We've been able to rapidly grow into a market leader in the industrial cleaning space. We serve the refinery, the chemical plant, petrochemical, power gen, pulp and paper, and the midstream and upstream markets. A lot of times we're known to a specific customer for a specific service, maybe hydroblasting or pigging. But through the last few years, we've grown through investment and acquisition to have over 15 different specialty service lines. Hydroblasting, pigging, chemical cleaning, emissions control. We'll talk about a lot of great services featuring a lot of technology advances.
Yeah, that's great, Nathan. We'll get more into some of those services here in a second. So, listen, ESG, your environmental, social, and governance is certainly a trending topic. It's currently all over the industry as far as investment is going. How has your emissions control service helped your customers meet their ESG goals?
Oh, great question. ESG is definitely an ever increasing force. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to be more prevalent and more impactful on our industry. One of the good things, this increased awareness is really shedding light on what's always been part of USAD's core philosophy, and that's helping our customers drive sustainability. We've always focused on doing this through better execution, shorter downtimes, waste minimization, things like that, and new technologies. So emissions control is definitely one of those new technologies. You, me, our customers, we're all driven by goals. And in this case, environmental goals, right? They can either be self-imposed or regulatory. So emissions control is a technology directly impacts environmental goals. It reduces and prevents emissions of greenhouse and noxious gases that occur during the maintenance and repair of activities of our customers. We've invested heavily in people, technology, equipment in the emissions control space, and we've really emerged as a leader there. We've got our leaders and our managers there have in-depth knowledge of NESHAP and TCEQ standards and regulations. These things are coming out more and more, and that allows us to use best available control technology, enables our customers to meet or exceed their ESG goals. So it's really a benefit for both of us.
So Nathan, let's dig into some of that equipment. And I want to talk about your thermal oxidizers, your vapor control skids. What's unique about your equipment and how you guys operate that equipment?
So we've had a really strong capital investment in this equipment, building from the ground up, getting the best, like we said, best available control technology. There's a lot of safety factors that go into that equipment. There's a lot of interlocks that have to all meet specs in order for the equipment to operate. When we're dealing with emissions control, these are combustible vapors, and we're essentially destroying those combustible vapors. So we have to have all the equipment with the latest safety controls, monitoring what's coming in, monitoring what's coming out. And there are standards for all this equipment in terms of destruction capability of these vapors that we're trying to control. 99.9% destruction capability is kind of the baseline minimum to be in this industry. And then on the scrubber side, there's just a wide range of applications and things that happen in the refinery and chemical plant space that are going to produce vapors. And carbon, media scrubbers, and liquid scrubbers are the absolute best component for controlling these vapors. And we've got a large fleet of purpose-built and new equipment to do it.
So Nathan, I heard about this Coker specialty group. Can you dig into that a little bit? Obviously, the Cokers are some of the dirtiest areas of the facility. So what are
You
the
know it.
differentiate? Yeah, what are some of those differentiating factors between USA DeBusk, Coker Specialty Services, and really other providers?
Oh, man, I'm telling you, so we talked about the clean side of the industry and keeping it cleaner, vapor control and emissions control. The coker is the dirtiest side of the refinery industry. It's important, it's critical, but it's very, very dirty. It's a difficult service. It's got special needs. It's prone to upsets, and it needs a lot of specialty type cleaning. We've got a number of different technologies that have been custom built and developed, but there's one problem that's common to every coker unit in operation, and that's coke fines accumulation. It's a huge problem, costs a lot of money, damages a lot of equipment, causes downtime for the refiners. which detracts from their ESG goals. We've come up with a revolutionary new way to address this coke fines accumulation in these coker units. We can do it while the coker units are still online. We're minimizing downtime. We're extending run times of these units, extending the duration between shutdowns. So that saves the customer money and advances their ESG goals. It's a fantastic service, and it's really been successful in the industry.
Yeah. No, thanks for that, Nathan. I appreciate that insight.
Yeah.
So, Nathan, going back to just ESG, it's a broad term, but probably the easiest way to kind of put all this in a bucket, so to speak. ESG and really emissions control largely has been, driven by state and federal compliance. But talk a little bit more about that. What have you really seen in the last 3 to 5 years? I mean, look, you've been in this business for what, 20 plus years? Talk about what you've seen in the last 3 to 5.
Yeah, we've definitely seen an increase in regulation, refinery sector rules, things limiting flare emissions. It's affected how refineries shut down their units. It's affected how many units can shut down at the same time. It's given rise to the temporary flare and vapor control industry in a grand scale, because refiners simply cannot put as much gas through their flare and vent system as they used to be able to. So we've seen that, much like ultra low sulfur diesel came in many years ago and had a big boom in the hydrogen market and ultra low sulfur diesel converters. This is the next level. We're seeing emissions restrictions increasing, and I think we're only going to continue to see them increasing. So it's affected how the refineries operate. It's affected how we supply service to the refineries, and it's given rise to new industries.
Yeah. And Nathan, let's keep going down that track a little bit.
Sure.
Where are we headed from here as far as emissions control, and what do you expect to see in the next 3 to 5 years? Give me the crystal ball.
The crystal ball, as according to Nathan, I think we're going to see an increase here. If you look at state by state progress in terms of vapor control requirements for things like tank jobs, it's still a patchwork, but it's progressing, and we're going to see more and more states until all states have requirements for vapor control during a number of specified activities. And I think we're going to see stronger drives for waste minimization, more activities in the sustainability space. Just like we see the drive for safety, years and years ago with automation and hydroblasting and different things, where we're going to see fewer people involved in dangerous activities. We see drives from a lot of our major competitors or customers reducing confined space entry, having robotics and things take the place of people in the line of fire. So we're seeing, I think, this is just a spectrum of removing risk and driving towards safety, sustainability, and technology.
Yeah. Oh, that's excellent. No, thanks, Nathan. I appreciate that. And certainly something we can explore maybe in some future discussions as we, go through this journey as an industry. So.
Yeah, it's been good for me personally to be part of an organization where the leadership's got the foresight to position us to be a leader in these industries, pushing forward in these various technologies. Been very successful.
No, that's great, Nathan. So look, let's talk about available resources. So you have usadebus.com, has plenty of videos within its library. There's also some content on the site, including spec sheets with specific services for specific applications. Hey, if someone is interested in learning more about USA DeBusk, where do they need to go? How do they get engaged with the company?
Oh, great question. I mean, obviously the website's a great spot. We've got a sales email, sales@usadebus.com. That's monitored by a number of very attentive salespeople. So you get very quick response when you email there. We've been very fortunate with our customer engagement, and we have a lot of technologies that do well with a physical demonstration. So that's a common sales model for us, is to talk to a customer, and when there's interest, set up a physical demonstration. We have a very high success rate with engaged customers once they see the technology in action.
Well, appreciate it, Nathan. One last thing to discuss is, USA DeBusk and BIC have had a long-standing relationship. Of course, Mr. Pat DeBusk, a legend in the industry and in the industrial cleaning world. What benefits have you experienced participating with BIC and attending our events?
We've always enjoyed the fellowship, the networking, the great results from being part of the BIC events, and a lot of fun. I think back to years ago when the NPRA was still there, and the Tuesday night BIC events where I first got introduced to what BIC can bring to the industry. And it's been 10, 20 years since, and we're still enjoying those events. So we look forward to many more, and we're happy to be part of the team.
Well, Nathan, I really appreciate your time. Hey, look, you're welcome to join on anytime with us and give us an update on maybe the future of new technology and advancement in emission control. And I'm just really grateful for your time today.
Thanks a lot, Jeremy. Happy to be here, and go Tigers.
Go Tigers. So we appreciate everyone for participating. We're so grateful for to our audience. Please like and share this recording with colleagues. And for more industry news, videos, webinars, and podcasts, visit bicmagazine.com. Remember, everybody, it's what we do together that counts.